Hello, welcome to this channel. I'm Kay. Today this video is actually going to be a reflective journal for myself, but I decided to share it here as I record because I have to do this weekly review and reflection for myself anyways, and I didn't think, oh, it's quite great if I can share it online just for anyone who comes across this video and take their own insights. It's kind of like inspiring each other. Me basically is just gonna be here speaking to myself regarding my my review and reflection on my solo entrepreneurship journey. Okay, so it's my weekly review, and as I'm doing it, I thought of, yeah, let's just share it online and brainstorm for everyone, whoever needs this as well, this kind of vibes as well. So it's like a win-win situation. Yeah. So I have, in the following, I have jotted down 5 questions for myself to answer for that I have to answer for myself. And I would just be in this flow, and let's see how it goes. So 2 weeks in my journey of solo entrepreneurship. It's very early on the journey itself, but every good journey starts with a single step. Yeah. Encouraging myself. Yeah. So let's start with the first question. Let me briefly talk about what 5 questions that I would be answering for myself. The first one would be, what did I learn from these 2 weeks? The second one would be, what challenges did I encounter? And the third one would be, what can I improve on regarding these kind of challenges or in general? The fourth one would be, what bigger picture can I see from this reflection? And the fifth one would be final words for myself. Okay, so let's start with the first one. What did I learn from these 2 weeks? What did I learn from these 2 weeks? I realized that it's so important to have balance, because at one point I did go more into a working mode, and this I would actually say is more in the masculine energy. Like I was much more in the masculine energy, and so it caused me to be having a lot of thoughts in my mind kind of all the time, because it is just how the human brain works. If we have something on our mind all the time throughout the entire day, then we would naturally have these kind of thoughts running in our minds all the time if we're not conscious of how to balance it out. And so then what happened is that I learned that I have to take on different activities to balance it out. So say, and from my own understanding and my own doing, is that I would take on masculine activities and balance it out with feminine activities. For example, I would cook. I would watch videos that are art related or history related, that are much more feminine in a sense, or I would be in the kind of like go into the more the art direction kind of activities. Even when it comes to images, looking through images, that would be much more in the fashion way, or like fashion. And also art, ceramic, like crafts, and also cooking. Also even videos that are about cooking, culinary, culture. So these are more feminine energies that I would invest my time and energy to balance out like versus the intellectual activities. So that would be more masculine, the masculine activities. Because for me, I have to build system to have it work, right? So building system is much more of a masculine way of thinking. Is that masculine energy, because it's structure. It's building structure. That's masculine. So that's why I realized that it's very important to balance that out. Like every single day, I then set up a kind of routine. Because I'm a person, personally, I don't like repetitive things. Like I don't like anything repetitive. I don't even like to have repetitive breakfast. Like I have to switch. I have to make it fun for myself. So that is actually nice, because when I make it fun for myself, like I would design or create a new kind of combination of breakfast for myself, or even a meal. It's actually creativity, and this is very feminine, and it helps me to balance out the activities that require a lot of brain energy, like brain works, as in intellectually. So I then can kind of like switch in between or blend these two types of activities together, as in feminine and masculine. And what happened would be I feel much more balanced. And it's very efficient because of that. Because I'm in balance. So at first I thought, if I am in more of masculine energy, would that mean I would go faster? I actually thought, and I tested it out. It's not tested and verified. No, I thought if I were to shift my energy into a slightly towards masculine, okay, more masculine, would it make the outcome go faster or like much more efficient? Because see, masculine is action, right? If I go on action, but then it turns out no. It would, in a way, it would seem like everything would go fast, but what I learned is that it's not stable, because it's very prone to burnout if I keep on staying on a much more like slightly towards masculine more. It's very prone to burnout, because for me it was testing. I was testing it, so I know that no, it's not working. So that I was like, okay, balance is the way. Yes, that's why I said I then learned to balance it out with different types of activities. And I changed the activities based on my own interest and mood of the day, or like how I want to shape that experience of the day. Yeah, and that really works well. Because when my system is efficient, in balance, everything goes sustainable. Like sustainably. So sustainable process is so much more efficient than just simply chasing productivity. Yeah, because productivity actually comes from efficiency. And the efficiency part is about my inner system. If my inner system is not efficient, meaning imbalance, the productivity cannot go in the long run. Like it cannot be sustained. So that's what I learned. And yeah. What else did I learn? I learned that a passion-driven, because I'm very passion-driven when it comes to entrepreneurship, and particularly when it comes to entrepreneurship, a lot of the time that it's gonna be about money, right? And what I learned from this experience of you have to work the system out and you have to piece the things together, And when there are certain obstacles, be it in any way, shape, or form, I would have to troubleshoot it. For me, I learned to let go, as in I wouldn't stay there. Like I would, of course, I would look into possibilities and see the options of maybe how can I troubleshoot it by looking at different possibilities, right? Online or pondering. But actually the fastest way of troubleshooting is once I browse through all this information that I can access to, or to a certain period of time. It doesn't have to be long. It's just that I've had enough of it. Like I would have this feeling of that's good enough. Like is that feeling of like I've reached a point where there's no more intake of information. There's only recurrent. Like it's just I'm just taking in the same information, but just in a different way. Okay, so that's when I know that I can stop, because I've reached the bottleneck of that phase of learning about that part of the information. So just let go and do something else. Like literally shift the focus, go take a shower, or literally just what I would do is like I just mark it down on the list for tomorrow. Like do it tomorrow. Literally, like it's very effective, because when I know I can just do it tomorrow, the reason that I do this is because I can then it's basically me telling my brain that you can relax. We can relax now. Like you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to think about it. And then the next day, I would have the inspiration. I would receive the inspiration because I give rooms for inspiration to come in. So if I keep on focusing on the expectation, or say I expect a certain outcome, I want a solution so bad, this solution would not be here because I am forcing it. So because I'm chasing it, it becomes very contracting, so it's not expansive. So the reason that I let go is to allow rooms for the inspirations to come in, to flow in. It needs rooms. So that's what I also learned. No need to chase for the solutions. The solutions would be here naturally, because we have to see from a higher perspective, or say higher ground of consciousness. Only then the solution is actually just a natural way of how these kind of bugs are just naturally being resolved because of a higher perspective. Like that's really the fastest route to see into the issue, because if I stay on the horizontal plane of seeing into the so-called problem, I can't work my way in the most efficient way to troubleshoot it. But if I see from a bird view, then I can see the entire situation, and that's the inspiration from the higher perspective. So I have to let myself to give rooms for this inspiration to flow in, and so just let go. Yeah, whenever I felt like I hit the dead end of, I hit the wall, I don't really need to go further. I can just, okay, let's go take a shower, or just leave it for tomorrow. Yeah, so this is the letting go part. Letting go. What else did I learn? Also I learned that for all the ideas and inspirations and understandings that I received or got or just came out, is very effective to create a kind of like a mind map, because when everything is being laid out on the mind map, and do it digitally. For me personally, do it digitally because I can edit it anytime, the mind map. When I look at the entire mind map, I can see the bigger picture much easier. And not only that, I can also see the links. Like I will see, okay, is this matching up with this part, or do they align, or can I actually put them together because I'm just repeating them in separate sections, so they can actually be put together into something, just themselves. Then that is one way of eliminating any kind of redundancy, and also is to find out what the common traits are. And that can, make a system more efficient, because now I have much less redundancy. Yeah, I'm just basically making it very concise and clean and easy to understand for my own mind, for my own brain, when I visually can see all of this, and I can just map out in bullet points, very clean. Yeah. So mind map is very good when it comes to brainstorming, especially as a solo entrepreneur. You gotta handle yourself in all positions. So that's very important, because when we are in the position of a solo entrepreneur, I'm basically the CEO, the CFO, the COO. So, and also the creative person, like everything all in one, basically is all in one. So jotting down all the creative ideas and yeah, on one thing is very important. And also jot down the ideas on open a note and jot down on the phone, or even voice record it, so that I can listen to it back, or just look back at it anytime, and allocate a particular time to follow up that particular information that I jotted down, and organize it into a particular document, so to be organized. And the fourth thing, yes, so that one was about how to jot down ideas, like jotting down creative ideas, right? Now the fourth part would be organization. Organization is so important, because if I don't start the foundation in a very disciplined way, or in a very systematic way, it's gonna grow unstable. Any kind of foundation has to be stable, in the form of order, and only then, as the system grows, I can say, even if I want to search for a particular document, it would be so much easier, because I have it organized in a particular way, and I don't have to kind of search for it for an hour, and I still can't find the documents that I really want to look into. So organization is so important. So this would be, I would say, it's about labeling and the correct naming of the file, as in for the purpose of that document. So what it is it has to be, the information has to align, because if I have this title but the content does not align, that the information of the contents in that document actually does not align with the title, or even the name of the folder, then that's a mismatch, right? So if I have to fish it out later, it's gonna be much harder. Yeah, so this would be organization. What did I do for organization though? Oh, okay. Now this is something that I learned, but I'm learning. Okay, I'm learning. Is that when it comes to categorizing things, or compartmentalizing, right? It's so it's quite effective. It's something that I realized, to organize it in a divergent to convergent way. But it's like I can see it as like something that's more divergent. That would be something like a mind map. But if it's something that's more convergent, it would be something that is particularly on that mind map that I can click into, and that is the convergent part. Right? Say I have a mind map, and on this side of the mind map is about the social media content positioning. Now, in this particular aspect in the mind map, there is, which is the social media content positioning, right? Now that position, this part, there is one section is called say Instagram. And in the Instagram, there would also be another folder, say it's about post, and another folder at the same time in the same directory would be reels, REEL. Right, we can go even more. So this is what I meant by divergent to convergent. So it's like you keep going more and more converge, and basically it's from broader sense to a narrower sense. I mean, this is something that usually how systems are, even if we arrange anything on our desktop. And it's especially important when it comes to having an efficient system. Because if I don't have these folders laid out in a way that is going from divergent to convergent, it would not be as systematically laid out over time. Because if I lay it out now, like plane by plane, and it goes diverge to converge, it's so much easier for me to put into each one later. So yeah, but sometimes I can't. There's something that I also have to learn, is that do not go too detailed, or don't go too diverge. It has to be in a more or less balanced way, because sometimes I can go overboard, right? I can go like, it need another folder for this one. But if I open too many folders, it could also be too crowded. So yeah, I think that's it. What did I learn from these 2 weeks? These are the 4 major things. 4 or 5? 5 actually. I think 5 maybe. Yeah. What else? Let's go to the second part. What challenges did I encounter? 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 I can't even think of one now. What major challenges that I encountered these 2 weeks? Okay. Now this one could be one. So because I would be thinking now, because this is kind of one of the major challenges, I would say. It's the mindset. It's about the mindset. Okay, because if I were to, start as a solo, I am a solo entrepreneur, I would, because everything is on the paper, and although I'm taking action at the same time to implement and test and apply, but it seems far, right? It seems like, oh wow, am I on the right track, or is this the right direction. I think this would be a lot of entrepreneur having such thoughts as well when they start out. Yeah. And at one point I would feel like, oh, should I actually get another income to support myself and to focus so then I don't have to worry about the money issue or financial issue if I don't have enough money or stuff like that. But and it actually went back and forth like that. And I do understand. However, I have, for all these several times, I have actually convinced myself that no, I'm not gonna focus my time on any other areas because I really, really want to focus all my time and energy on this one. Also, at the same time, taking good care of myself. So if I were to like add an extra activity so to have financial support, I mean that goes differently for everybody, right? I'm just sharing how I am here. I realized that no, I am going to, even if I'm to borrow money for somebody or anything, but it's in the very the minimum, like a bare minimum, just to support myself. I need this time to dedicate and focus. So it's not that I'm spending extravagantly, it's just that, like, not borrowing money for that. It's just I'm having the bare minimum. But I'm very satisfied and happy with how I live. And especially when I see, why is this a challenge? It's a challenge because sometimes in this process of entrepreneurship, that's how I felt. I would be swaying in between feeling, should I focus more on the money, on the or the passion? Because the money part would actually kind of creep in. It kind of make you feel, oh, I'm doing this, but I don't have enough to support myself, right? So then I realized that, okay, let's take this survival thing off my plate. I don't care about it, because if I were to survive, it's easy. Okay, I can get a job anytime if I were to do so. But although I need it to be sustainable, so yes, I do need to have income, right? Not income as in, it's I do have to live, to eat, to to have certain daily activities that would require certain finance money. But I would make it work in a way that I don't have to spend so much of my time and energy on just to acquire that money, because I need that time and energy to focus on what I want to do now, because I know that I'm doing it and I'm so passionate about it. And what also what is also very important for me to realize about myself is that what drives me to doing that, to be an entrepreneur or building this system, is not about the money. I'm not fueled by the money. I'm fueled by the process of building it. I'm fueled by the creative aspect of it, and also just to making things work. That actually makes me the happiest and it's the most rewarding for me. Yeah. So to me, there's no, so that's why I couldn't really think of any challenges except the mindset part, which would actually be one of the biggest obstacles on this journey, called entrepreneurship, because it's all about the mindset. And how I see it is that money is something that's just is just going to be an outcome, and it's not something that I need to worry about. I just need to focus my energy on it. Like, I just need to focus on doing whatever I'm doing at the moment, and I don't need to worry about anything. I really don't. To me, it is my reality, because there's something that it's kind of, people would say like fake it till you make it, right? So that's why, like, encountering challenges, that's what most people would say, like fake it till you make it. I was in that phase quite a long time ago. Not now, obviously. But then now that when I actually speak on things like this, or even sharing videos on YouTube, or even telling people around me about things, that how I see myself, or like how I think about myself, I'm not trying to convince, nor asking for agreements. I'm simply just telling you that this is who I am as a person. So even if, like, when I say I'm really smart, I'm really pretty, I'm really beautiful, and I know what I'm doing, and I follow my passion, and I am great and amazing, and yes, I am. And so when people would try to deny what I just said about myself. Of course, I didn't express it in such a way. Like, I'm just, like, I would be saying like, okay, so this is how I see myself, or like, I am such a person. And then if they deny it, this would be one of the challenges, right, I had to overcome. But it's just something that I'm sharing here somehow. What they would deny it in a way that try to say, nah, I think it's just that it's not that you're smart, it's just that the situation happens to be that way, something like this. And I would actually reply straight into their faces, not trying to harm them, though. No, it's just this is me affirming myself. Okay, so I would say, oh no, I'm not trying to convince you, I'm just telling you that this is who I am. Yeah, so it's like, even if you agree or not, it doesn't matter to me. It's true. It's really true to me. Like, it doesn't matter to me. You agree or not, it doesn't make any difference to me, because I'm not asking for your agreement. I'm just telling you the truth about myself. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's the challenges that I had to I encountered, which was about the money thing, and also following the passion. But to me, it came back and forth, and I realized that it's not money that I need. No, it's really not. Money doesn't really make me happy. It's what I can access using money makes me quite happy. But what essentially makes me the happiest is the process of creating and enjoying whatever comes along, and I learn along the way, and I grow, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. That makes me the happiest. So it's what makes me the happiest is not anything material. Is the process of learning is all intangible. And so yeah. So what can I improve on? 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 Oh, automation tools. Yes. I have to improve on automation tools. That's something that I'm going to look into, because if I were to create such a system that would be so widespread, I need a lot of automation tools, so then it can shorten my time and energy. I don't have to go revisit it every single time, and then I can just make it work. That's also something, yes, it's like just good enough for now is good. Like, I don't have to make it perfect. Like, if you like, this part of the system is working enough, I can just literally just like go work for a while, and then when it needs to be improved or upgraded, I then would come back to upgrade it. So automation tool is very important. And also I thought of, like, because when I was looking at the entire mind map, I was just like, wow, this is actually a lot of work. I am doing it all alone. I'm doing it all alone. Not that I'm not confident in my own work, in my ability. It's just that I I reflected on it. I was looking at the mind map. I was like, these many tasks, and I'm doing it all alone. That's very inefficient. That's actually how I thought. I was like, it's not that I know I can do it. I know I can excel all of this, but it's just that that's gonna take a long time. It's not that I'm trying to accelerate it or like trying to make it fast to gain something. No, I'm thinking the perspective of this is not efficient. And so that's why when I thought of, okay, maybe I need to hire somebody, but not in this early stage though. I feel like, no, it's not that I really need somebody. It's more of I needed to delegate the part where it's very repetitive, but I have to do it. So I need to have something to fill in that repetition, because I am not the one to do the repetitive tasks, right? I'm the one that's creating. So that's when the automation tools come in. Like I'm just like, no, I have to fill in these gaps. But these gaps have to be filled. If I don't fill in these gaps, the system cannot work efficiently. So I have to fill in the gaps. And that's when I would use AI assistants. AI is very useful, super useful, has been very useful. AI assistants as well as automation tools. Like this is what I'm gonna improve on. Yeah. 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 It's kind of like, when we bake bread. Okay, bread. The automation tools are basically the gluten, to form the web. Okay, you're gonna need the gluten. Yeah, need the gluten. I need the gluten and the water in a sense, so to have it run smoothly on its own, and it forms the web, right? Yeah. Is that a good analogy? I don't know, but it makes sense to me. Yeah, so that's what I want I'm going to improve on this automation tool. Yeah. To replace any repetitive task. And not only is just automation tools, I'm going to use virtual assistants to do that. Yeah, to replace any kind of task that I don't want to spend time on because of that. And now the good thing about this, about using automation tools and virtual assistants and AI, is that if I were to hire a person, this person would have much more emotional, there would be emotions involved or feelings involved, and also this person's work ethic and stuff, right? So these would actually add in much more variables, uncontrolled variables to the system, to my system. And so that's why if I want to have my system efficient, I would want to have much more controlled variables when it comes to this. But when it comes to a person, this person has much more uncontrolled variables. What I mean is, because I'm not looking for a partner to do these repetitive tasks. If it's a partner, then we actually would brainstorm together, right? So what I need is to fill in the gaps. So if I just need to fill in the gaps, I shouldn't ask for a human to do it, but to ask robots. So that's where automation tools and AI and certain virtual assistants would come in, because the virtual assistants, they actually specialize in certain tasks and they would like to do it. Okay, so that's okay. It's just for a specific task. Yeah, that's what I would like to improve on. Yeah. Fourth question. What else? Do I have anything that I would like to improve on? I feel like I want to spend some time to go explore outdoor. Like even going to a museum or even go to any kind of conference, any kind of just absorbing new information. Yeah, so that's something I want to improve on, because it like all of this can also be unrelated to what I'm doing, because this is how cross-disciplinary inspirations come in. So I want to tap into different areas and then just expose myself to new insights. Okay, so fourth one, what bigger picture can I see from this reflection? What bigger picture can I see from this reflection? Very big. I see that I need to be I don't know, actually. Wow, this is what kind of question did I craft for myself? What bigger picture can I see from this reflection? This reflection. Okay, so what I just said. Bigger picture would be doing this, keep do this, weekly. Yeah, or at least bi-weekly. So I keep doing this. It's really good for myself to process, and it's good for me to revisit these videos so that I can see what I like learn from it, or did I keep on doing this, or did I go the other way, so then I can see where did I go or how I went the other way later. And the bigger picture would be if I say, now, what did I learn from these 2 weeks? What challenges did I encounter? What can I improve on? What I learned from here, immediately as I reread the first 3 questions that I wrote down, everything is about everything is about me, right? So the bigger picture from here that I see from this reflection, this video is for reflection, is that it would be good for me to socialize or connect with other entrepreneurs, which I have been on the outlook. I've been kind of like seeing into where can I connect or talk to people like this, because when people having similar mindsets or goals or values, when we come together, it would generate even more inspirations in a way and learn from each other. So this is kind of a bigger picture that I see from my own reflection, because I have kind of like learning from my own experience, and kind of like just it's all about me. But if I can meet other individuals who are also entrepreneurs, or even on the same path in a way, because my model, the entrepreneurial model that I'm building is very much towards sustainability. Basically, it is sustainability. So if I were to see any entrepreneurs working in such a way, then if we interact, that would be really beneficial, for my growth and also for each other. So that would be the bigger picture that I can see from this reflection. Is to to grow together, mutual learning. Final words for myself. Good job. Pat on the back. 2 sides. So it's been good, and I am very happy and very content, and I'm very excited also because every day I wake up, I would just be really like, oh wow, okay, so today I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that. And then at the end of each day, I would be like really grateful and just, wow, that's really a lot of amazing experiences of the day, because I got to expand into this direction and I got to learn about this, and then that got solved and that got improved. So, and alongside with that, I also would realize, oh, I cooked a very wonderful meal for myself, and I never thought I can mix in this combination, and it's really tasty. And also I would then really enjoy the balance that I maintain within myself, as well as for my external body, mind, soul. So to kind of like keeping this momentum, and yeah, just keep up the momentum. This is actually what I want to tell myself as the final words for myself for this reflective video. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, or I will, because I might rewatch it. And I hope you take your own insight from my own babbling. And I thank you for your support, your time, and your patience. And I wish you a wonderful day as much as for myself. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.